EA Sports and the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, from scenic Lighthouse Point Golf Club, it's live opening round coverage of the Lighthouse Open. We've got a full field ready to get rolling on this Thursday as we get a look at the early leaderboard. Davis Riley is on top. He's off to a 4-under start.
Well, we're teed up and ready to go here at the par 4 first at Lighthouse Point. What a golf course.
It certainly is, Rich. Hopefully there's no perfect storm today, but what a way to start. Very, very sharp dogleg left par 4 to open up. Ideally, you'd like to hit it just to the corner of the dogleg, and that should leave about the easiest second shot you get here at the opening hole.
You don't want to miss it long and left, Frank, because if you do, you'll be over the cliffs. And not even the Lighthouse is going to help you find that golf ball.
And there's a good start. That one in the fairway here to get the tournament rolling. Well, had a good look at the green, but couldn't cash it in. In the rough now, wondering what might have been.
Just 5 feet left.
Well done. That is in for a par here at the first. And he'll stay at even par.
Now at the second hole here at Lighthouse, it's a par 3, 234 yards. Difficult hole, Frank, especially when the wind picks up.
It is, and you can see with that bunker on the right side, that's obviously the bailout area because the problem side is to the left of this green. That's where the cliff starts to run all the way down to the ocean. This is a very difficult par 3, not just because of its length, but because it's exposed to all of Maine's elements.
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Maybe a little frustration there. Got a little too much sand and not enough golf ball, and that will come up quite a bit short. Oh, no, I thought that was in for sure. Just a little jag right at the end, going to leave it on the lip.
Okay, it's a bogey here at the second. And he's going to fall back now to 1 over par. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Novelo back with you at the third hole here at the Cliffs. And this is a hole that offers up a chance to put a red number on the board, Frank.
It certainly does. A good drive finding this very narrow fairway will certainly give you the opportunity to reach the green in two. Stray a little left, either with the drive or the second, and all of a sudden you might realize this par 5 has teeth.
And that's going to wind up in the bunker off the tee, so this opening round not progressing as planned here in the early going. Getting out more important than distance here as he readies his second. Yeah, that's a good shot. Sand takes away any chance of going for the green in two, but this is a nice recovery here to get back on track.
That's a head scratcher. That approach shot from relatively close in. I would have been looking at 10 to 15 feet.
You got to think 2 putts will work out fine from here, but this is a long look for birdie. This will be a 5-foot putt here. Nicely done. It is a par here at the third. And he'll stay at 1 over. Frank, as we stand here at the fourth and look out, no mistaking where we're at. I know I'm having some lobster for dinner tonight.
Oh, some clam chowder. The best comes from this area. Well, actually for the ocean, though, anything that strays a little left off this tee will find that ocean. And believe me, there's been more than one ball hit down there. Generous fairway, that's really the goal, and the tiniest of green. If you find the green, you're going to have a birdie putt. Very short one indeed.
No issues here. That is into the fairway. Second shot coming up, and we say hello to Iona Stephen.
The number is 129, all the way to the flag stick. And the pin, it's in the front portion of the green.
Is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
call that so-so. I think you'd hope to get that a little closer. That one finished off. It is a bogey here at 4. And that's going to move him back to 2 over par. Now at the 5th here at Lighthouse Point, it's a par 4. Frank, what are we in store for?
When you stand on this tee, Rich, you don't see any fairway bunkers, but be careful. It can certainly fool you. The goal really with the Cliffs course is to find fairways.
This is where club selection is so important. Second shot into that stiff breeze. And I believe this ball, unfortunately, is going to be unplayable and out of bounds. Time to just pick up and move on to the next hole. Now at the 6th hole, it's a par 3, just under 200 yards. Where's the challenge here, Frank?
Well, you've got to love that bunker on the left side, Rich, especially because it's shaped like a letter L. Got to fly that. Green's not too deep. So really the challenge is trying to flight that ball in amongst the breeze should it kick up.
Looking to splash this softly onto the green. Yeah, too much spin coming out of that sand. Not quite the run out you're looking for, and that'll come up a wee bit short. Oh. Okay, it's a bogey here at number 6. And that's going to drop him back down to 6 over. Seventh hole at Lighthouse Point is only 370 yards. Frank, are you happy if you walk out of here with anything other than birdie?
If you hit the fairway, you definitely should be looking at birdie, but the biggest problem here is to decide, Rich, what club to hit off the tee. You could hit a multitude of clubs here. Further up you go, the narrower this fairway gets.
Yeah, all about hitting the fairway here, and that is right where you want to be. From the left side of this fairway, he'll look over his second. Well, I know I'm paid to talk, but there's not really much to say about that. Best to just move on to the next shot. Okay, not too bad there. This from 7 feet. Yep, well done. That's in for par here at 7. And he'll remain at 6 over. Getting set at the 8th hole. It's a par 3 of 165 yards. Break it down for us, partner.
This gets really narrow in the middle of this green, Rich. That's sort of the biggest problem. Matter of fact, only had 12 yards from that left side to the right in the middle. And the green itself actually is 3 times that in length, 36 yards. So straightness is the key here.
Okay, just a little right of the flag on the front portion of this green, and a birdie putt coming up. We turn to Nota Begay the third for this look at birdie.
Yeah, it's just very slightly up the hill. I don't think it's going to move more than a ball or so to the right.
Good job to deaden it right by the hole, but he could not get it to go in. Okay, that in for par here at the 8th. And he'll stay right where he is. We move to the 9th hole and we begin to go inland, Frank. I'll miss some of the views along the ocean. I won't miss the nerves with the potential of a golf ball sailing off into the Atlantic Ocean. That said, par 5, you think about a scoring opportunity, but then I look at the scorecard and it says this is the number 6 handicap hole. That's pretty tough.
It is, and the reason why is there's trouble both sides of this fairway, and that's normally sand and cliffs, and the designer's really thrown the boat out, excuse the pun. We are on the coastline here. This whole dog legs to the left, and ideally you just sort of like to go fairway, fairway pitch. That's the prudent way to play the hole, but of course everybody likes to chance the driver and reach the par 5 and 2. Miss, pay the price. That second shot just ran out of fairway, but still, nice little pitch shot and a good chance to make 4 at par 5.
Okay, on the green, but that's going to leave a putt that will get your attention.
14 feet to the hole.
That one just going to sneak on by. Just a tap in there for par at the 9th. And that's going to finish off a front nine of 41, 6 over par.
Frank, you think about the great designers, Pete Dye, Alistair McKenzie, and Christian Brand is certainly in that conversation. They like to play mind games with you, and you're playing with people's heads when you look at that number on the card versus the 10th hole.
Yeah, 10th hole, which is par 4, plays a lot longer than 11, but this is it's a very clever hole. It's called what we call a tweener. It's in between a 4 and a 5. So if you walk away with here with 5, you feel like you've lost something. Walk away with 4, you feel like you've gained something. So the great par 5s are often reachable. 11, that's one of them.
And this one's only 530 yards as a par 5, and remember 10 was a par 4 at 592. Now this for birdie at 10.
And this very makeable here. I see almost no break.
Ooh, good speed there. That'll leave just a couple of feet. So that's in for par to start this backside. And he'll remain right where he is.
Now we go to the 11th hole, and this is a par 5, but it's actually shorter than the par 4 10th. This one comes in at 530 yards, and more evidence of the kind of creativity by the award-winning design team of Patel and Duncan.
Well, that's right. Patel really is known to be the shaper. He's the one that makes all those interesting shapes of the bunkers. For example, here, nipping it in the fairway, making driver almost too much club or very, very risky, plus the front bunker there. Now, this is a great par 5. The reason why, it's reachable, it's tempting, but you don't know what you're going to finish up shooting on it.
Uh-oh, this is well left. And that's where you need to be, back into the fairway on this par 5.
Now his third, staring right at the green. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short.
Going to have to accelerate through the sand here to give this enough carry. Yeah, that'll do nicely. Just beyond the hole. Super job there out of the bunker. So that brushed in for par here at 11, and he'll stay right where he is. Back here now at the 12th hole, par 4, 439 yards, Frank, to the center of this green off the black tees.
And if the breeze blows left or right, this hole plays very hard. One of the reasons why, just through the fairways littered with bunkers. So not only do you have to pick the right line, but somehow you've got to get that ball the right distance as that hole bends completely to the left. Rather interesting shaped green here at 12.
This is a stiff test, no doubt. Yeah, that's a nice swing, and the result is going to be a tee shot that is set up just fine. From the fairway nota, this is second.
147 to the hole, pin just on the front edge.
That one safely in, and it's a par here at 12. And he'll remain right where he is. Well, well, well. What do we have here, partner? The par 5 13th, or is it a par 8? I can't tell.
It looks like a misprint, Rich. 702 yards, and not only that, too, they put the two fairway bunkers in a perfect place. Perfect place if they want to annoy your tee shot. It's going to take 310, 320 yards just to get past that. Then you've got a long, long way to go. And, of course, remember when you're on 10, this is the shared green. So 13 and 10, this is where they meet up again at the end of a long, long walk.
This one will play a little bit longer. It's up the hill to that green.
And that ball looked very good in the air. Just doesn't quite finish up that near to the flag, but still on the green.
Man, he can't believe it. What else could go wrong? Okay, that one finished off. It is a bogey here at unlucky number 13. And he'll slide a bit further here to 7 over par. Starting the 14th hole.
You'd think he'd be good at bunker shots. He's been in so many today.
Might want to take a shovel with him. Gonna have to try and give this a good thump to fly it to the hole. Yeah, look how quick that was. Very difficult to get that to stop, even out of the sand. And that race is right on by. Nope. Good stuff, though it is for a bogey 4. And that's going to drop him all the way down to 8 over par.
15th hole, and Frank, a return to sanity. 387 yards, par 4.
Yeah, second easiest hole on the golf course. Bends a little to the left. Just avoid the sand left and that little pot bunker on the right. And you should be set up with a relatively short iron in to a green that really the only problem is if you go long.
All right, in the fairway. Just 92 yards for his second to this par 4.
Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Eight-foot putt here.
Yeah, good putt. That's in for par here at 15. And he'll remain 8 over for the tournament.
Final par 3 on the backside. It's the 16th, 241 yards. Time to make a move as we are in the finishing stretch here.
When you give the scorecard a cursory look, you might think 240-something yards is a difficult hole, but this plays quite a bit downhill, so it plays more around the 200-yard mark. A fairly generous green, protected by the bunker.
Still work to do to get this on the green. This is second. Yeah, that's well done, though it is for bogey here at the par 3. And he'll continue his slide. He is at 9 over par.
Now at the 17th, and Frank a chance to make a birdie. Who knows, with a couple of huge pokes, you could make eagle 3. This is a pretty stout hole at a little bit more than 600 yards.
It is, especially if that breeze comes off the water into your face. But normally you're protected here because the hills on the left will block that breeze. Bunkers all the way down the right side, you can see that. But yeah, you're right, 2 big hits, and you might just reach this par 5 and 2. Birdie, perhaps even eagle on a good day.
This one starting up that left side.
I don't know about that one. Ball in the first cut. Could have gone a little further down the fairway. But still, hey, what am I saying? In good place now.
Yeah, that's good putt. It is in for par here at 17. And he's going to stay at 9 over par.
Well, at last we're at number 18, and Frank, I have really enjoyed this golf course. And now when you see the lighthouse in the distance, it really makes it that much more special.
It is. The beacon will always take you home. And speaking of home, this finishing hole, it bends to the left. A good tee shot will somehow find the fairway and just leave you a short iron in. And of course, you make 3 here, and then that smile's going to light up like a beacon.
And no issues there. Good tee shot in the short grass. So the ball on an upslope now for his second. Not sure what happened there. Wrong club selection or execution. Regardless, a lot of meat still on that bone.
Lovely pitch shot. Just nipped that ball off the turf. Just flew through the air beautifully. Sat down fairly quick as well. Good shot.
So he'll finish up there. It's a par here at 18. And that will complete a round of 81. So one round in the books. Frank, how would you assess what you saw from this golf course?
I think the golf course was the star, Rich. Really, there's enough good holes out there, some strong par 4s to really make you think. And then there's enough opportunity. Some of those short par 4s and par 5s, they're certainly gettable. So I think it bodes well for the remainder of this tournament.
So for Frank Nobilo, Notable gave the third, Iona Stephen,
and a cast of hundreds. I'm Rich Lerner. You've been watching PGA Tour Golf on EA Sports. So long, everyone.